Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oluwale Godwin, and welcome to MOG Economics. We shall be continuing from our previous class, and this time around, we'll be talking about consumer and producer surplus, but with the taxes imposed on the producers. The other time, we talked about taxes imposed on consumers. So it is the same question, okay, but now the tax is being imposed on producers. So we want to see if we are going to arrive at the same answer or not. All right, so let's start. The first thing we need to find is the equilibrium quantity and the equilibrium price. Okay, so we need to write that at equilibrium, this is very, very important because we don't just say QD equals QS because that happens at only one point. At only one point. So this condition must be stated that at equilibrium, QD equals QS, and that gives us Q star. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay, so what do we do now? 60 minus 2p equals 3p minus 40. We collect like terms and then we have 100 equals 5p. Divide through by 5 and then we have p as 20. So this is the p at equilibrium. We call it p star. Okay, so substitute p star, okay, equals 20 into equation 1 or 2, into equation 1 or 2, but in this video we'll do for the two of them so that you will know that the answer is going to be the same. So we have QD equals 60 minus 2 into bracket 20. Okay, so QD equals 60 minus 40, and this is going to give us 20. So the equilibrium Q is 20, but then let's find out more properly. So QS equals 3 into bracket 20, okay, the 20 for price, and minus 40. So QS now equals 60 minus 40, and QS equals 20. Okay, so our condition said at equilibrium QD equals QS equals Q star, and you can see that QD of course equals to QS, okay, this and this. All right, so at equilibrium we have this to be 20, and then we have this to be 20 as well. All right, this triangle represents our consumer surplus. Okay, we may just name the equilibrium E. Okay, so DE, then name this point G. So the area of triangle DEG will give us our consumer surplus, and the area of triangle, okay, these are supply, okay, so the area of triangle SEG would give us our producer surplus. But then we only know the base of the two triangles. We do not know their respective heights because we need to get a value here and we need to get a value here. Now the value here is simply the price that suppliers are willing to accept for their commodity when the Q is 0. So here the coordinate is when you have Q and P, so the coordinate here is 0, whatever we have here, whatever we're going to have here, which is the P. So what we have to do now is to make Q 0 in the supply function to get what P is going to be, and we also make Q 0 in the demand function to get what this P, the vertical intercept here, is going to be. All right, so this is QD. So to obtain okay, no, let's just write when Q equals 0, when Q equals 0, so we have when QD equals 0, so we have 0 equals 60 minus 2p, 2p equals 60, and p equals 30. Okay, so that means we have 30 here. What happens when QS equals 0? So when QS equals 0, okay, so we have 0 equals 3p minus 40, okay, 3p equals 40, and then p is equal to 13.3, okay, 13.3. Now we can calculate our consumer surplus. So our consumer surplus equals area of triangle DEG. So CS now is equal to half. Our base is simply the distance here, so 20 minus 0, this distance, 20 minus 0, then the distance here to represent the height, so 30 minus 20, 30 minus 20. So CS equals half into bracket 20, then into bracket 10. Our consumer surplus equals 100. So what's our producer surplus? Let's just do that here. our producer surplus equals half, okay, area of triangle SEG. Okay, so which is let me just write that out. Area of triangle SEG. So PS equals half. The base is 20 minus 0, 20 minus 0. Okay, from here to here, 20 minus 0. Then this distance between here to here, which is 20 minus 13.3. Okay, so our PS equals half into bracket 20 and into bracket 6.7. Okay, let's make this 13. That's 13, a price of 13. Okay, so we have this is 13, then we have this as 7. So our PS is 70. Okay, let's just leave it that way. Total surplus now. Total surplus is equal to the consumer surplus and the sum of consumer surplus and the producer surplus is 100 plus 70. This 100 and this 70. So TS now equals 170. Okay, good. Now let us check the impact of a tax imposition on suppliers in this market and see what the effect is going to be. The imposition of tax on the suppliers is going to reduce the price that the producers receive. So that is the implication. It raises their cost of production. It reduces the price that they are going to receive. Okay, so by the time we want to reflect 10 in, okay, this tax is going to have an impact on the supply function, because now the tax is being imposed on the producers. Okay, and then their price is going to fall this time around. It's going to fall this time around. When we do that, okay, we are going to subtract the tax from the price that the producer is receiving, because the producer has to pay off that tax to the government in form of revenue. Okay, so but before that, what is the implication of tax on the producers? When we want to use our graph, like I said, it raises their cost of production. Okay, and then it reduces the quantity produced. Okay, in that case, we do not have tax here, although the price is going to, okay, we do not have tax here. Okay, so what happened is we are going to reflect the impact of the reduction in quantity here. Okay, so when our quantity falls, what actually happens is that our supply curve is going to be shifting inwards. Okay, so we say we have a quantity like like this. Okay, let's say we have don't let me do this yet. So we have our supply curve shifting inwards. This is S. Okay, this is S1 and this is S1. So where this is S plus tax. Now look at it. So it is intersecting the demand curve here. So we're having a fall in quantity. So we are going to solve that in a minute. All right. Here is the prices that the producers receive now, and here is the prices that price that the consumers pay. So we have a new intersection. We can call this K. We can call this R. This point. Okay. So we have to look for what is here. Then we have this other intersection. We can call it T. We can call it point T. Okay. So we come back to this supply function now. So we have QS, then it is a QS after tax imposition now. So we are going to be having 3 into brackets P minus 10, okay, and then minus 40. So QST is 3D minus 30 minus 40. QST now equals 3P minus 70. Alright, so this is equation 3. Alright, but then what we have to do is to find the inverse supply function, because we are going to be having the same quantity but different prices. So what we need to do is find the inverse of equation 3. So when we say inverse function, inverse supply function, or inverse demand function, what we are just saying is that we should make price the subject of the function, okay, or make price the subject of the equation. So here we have QST plus 70 equals 3p equals 3p. Okay, so we divide through by 3 by 3 by 3. So what we have p equals 0.33 qst, then plus 23.3, then equal. Okay, so this is equation 4. Now we are going to equate this particular function with, look at it, the supply curve shifted here, so it is intersecting with the old demand curve here. So what we are going to do is we are going to find the inverse of the old demand curve as well, and then equate that with this. Okay, so find the inverse of equation 1. So what is equation 1? So equation 1 is QD, okay, equals 60 minus 2p. So this is going to become 2p equals 60 minus QD, and we divide through by 2. So p is going to be equal to 30 minus 0.5 QD, and this is equation 5. Okay, so what we then have to do is we have to equate this function and this function to see what we are going to do. Equate equation 4 and 5. Okay, so we then have 0.33 qst plus 23.3 equals what we have here, 30 minus 0.5 qd. Okay, because we are going to be having a new equilibrium now, so qst and qd would be the same. So at equilibrium qst equals qd equals q star. Okay, so what we then do is we then have 0.33 q star plus 23.3 equals 30 minus 0.5 q star. Okay, so we collect our like terms, this comes here. Okay, so we have 0.83 q asterisk, then 30 minus 23.3. Okay, so we have 0.83 q star, then equals to 6.7 or 6.7. So we divide through by 0.83 by 0.83. So q star now equals 8.375, which is just approximates as 8. So it makes sense for quantity to be 8 than quantity being in a decimal place. Okay, so now that we have our quantity as 8, so we are going to put we are going to substitute this quantity, okay, into look at it, the old supply curve, okay, into the old supply curve, which in other words means into the old supply function, to get the price that producers will be receiving now. Then look at it, we trace it up. So we are going to do the same thing and substitute the value of Q star into the old demand function to get the price that consumers will be paying now. Substitute Q star equals, let's just use 8 into equation 1 and 2. Okay, so here we have 8 equals 60 minus 2p. Okay, so we have 2p equals 60 minus 8. So p equals 52. Okay, then p from here equals 26. Okay, so that means the price we have here now is 26. Good. And the same thing here, we have 8 equals 3p minus 40. So 3p equals 40 plus 8. 3p equals 48, and then p equals 16. So that means the price that producers are receiving now is 16. So how do we calculate our consumer surplus now? So consumer surplus now equals area, so we call that CS2 of triangle, area of triangle DKR, because this is the new price they are paying. All right, So DKR, area of triangle DKR, okay, which is simply have the base now is the difference between this point and this point, which is 8 minus 0. Have into brackets 8, then into brackets, what is the height? Height is just 30 minus 26, which is 4, and then CS2 here equals 16. Now let's get the PS2, okay. Producer surplus now, producer surplus equals area of triangle. This is a new price, okay, instead of this place, ST, let me call this J, STJ, okay. You have STJ, which is simply have the base is still 8. And what is the height? This is still 16, so 16 minus 13, which is 3, okay, 3. PS2 now equals 12, okay. And from that, our total surplus equals 16 plus 12, and that gives us CS2, and that gives us 28. So our total surplus has fallen from 170, okay, into 28. Okay, so what then is this rectangle representing? This rectangle RKJT represents the tax revenue. So tax revenue equals area of this rectangle RKJT, and the area of the rectangle is length times breadth. Okay, so this is the longer part. So 26 minus 16 is 10. That's the length, 10 times, and the breadth is the difference between here and here, which is 8. Okay, 8. So the tax revenue here is 80. So there is this other section, this rectangle, isosceles rectangle, this triangle, isosceles triangle, KET. Okay, now the portion of this triangle here belong to the consumers initially. So the consumer surplus covered this point, and then the producer surplus initially covered this other half of the rectangle of the triangle. But now that the government has imposed a tax, okay, the consumers are not enjoying this portion anymore. Neither the producers are enjoying this portion. Even the government tax does not capture it, so this portion is a waste. All right, and we can see that it is a big waste. Okay, so let's go, and this point is called the deadweight loss. So we call it DWL, deadweight loss. Okay, which is area of this triangle KET. Okay, so this is half base times height. Half the base is the difference between here and here, the distance 26 and 16. That's 10. Half 10. Then what is the height? The height is from here to here, 20 minus 8, which is 12. Okay, so this is equal to 60. This is equal to 60. All right, so the deadweight loss now is equal to 60. Area of this triangle, half times 10 times this, then, which is this. All right, so because there's a deadweight loss in this market, the allocation after tax imposition is inefficient. The market was better off when the market forces intersected in order to give us a quantity of 20, and that's at that initial point the producer surplus, producers were enjoying more, consumers were enjoying more than what is happening now. Okay, so when we compare this to our previous video, we discovered that all our answers here are the same with when the tax was imposed on the consumers. So that is why it is often said that it doesn't matter where the tax is imposed or on whom the tax is imposed, the outcome is still the same. Okay, there will be a wedge between the price that consumers are paying and producers are receiving after the tax imposition. There will be some amount of tax revenue generated to the government, and then there will be this portion of deadweight loss, which is exactly the same irrespective of where the tax is imposed. All right, so okay, we've come to the end of this video. See you next time. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate your patience. Please remember to leave any questions you have in the comment section and subscribe to this channel for more updates. See you next time.